You also talk about some kind of prion disease, viral as well.
When we look over the horizon at things, coming down the pike soon, this avian flu problem is going to hit North America as well. It's going to hit the U.S.
Oh, hold on, slow up. I really want to ask you about avian flu. I've been watching very carefully, trying to separate the BS from what's real, and what's real really looks scary as hell with avian flu. If it really is transmitting from person to person or becomes that way, then it's got what, about a 55% or better mortality rate now, I think?
Let's see. I think it's 60. If I'm
60?
Not mistaken.
All right, it's real high. A lot of people are going to die.
Well, we did not pick that up in the near term. What we picked up and sketched were lime pits full of birds in the United States. And in essence, Rachel Carson's silent spring, ironically, is not a result of pesticides, hypothetically, but it's a result of avian flus. But later on, we're picking up lime pits with cattle and cows in them, which is not avian flu. It's a prion disease.
Well, you always talked about cows.
Well, you know what? We picked this up in the military unit 20 years ago. Two things that have been on the event horizon that are loomed so large, they popped up 20 years ago in our work in the military unit, looking at things to come. One was what we call the kill shot, the solar events, and the other was disease and dying human babies because there's no milk for the babies. Now we understand.
That's right. You've been talking about that for years.
But because it was such a big thing. And then about 10 years ago, we were looking at the idea of a global economic collapse. And when we found it, we thought it might be because of World War III or something like that, but it was not. It was because of disease.
God, I do remember you saying that.
I've been saying it for 9.5 years.
Yeah, you have. It's true. It's true. And near as I can tell, there's a bunch of crap, as it always does, floating around the internet about how this is just somebody's scheme to profit or something or another. This is real. As far as I can see, if the fears come true, and the fears are saying it not if, but when. And I mean, these are legitimate scientists who are saying not if, but when, with regard to it being a pandemic.
We can't. That exceeds our limitations as viewers, as professionals. All we can do is look at the next thing up. We just can't judge how far ahead it is. It's that same problem we keep running into.
Yeah, but you're basically saying you see it. You see some sort of disease that creates mass death.
It may not be just one. It may be several, but there's something that's just as bad that we've been seeing for a long time too, and that is a rush to market a vaccine which we know is going to be defective. And this is what, in terms of biblical revelation, was called the mark of the beast. This defective vaccine that's rushed to market.
No kidding.
Yeah, what we're doing as a team now is attempting to discern whether or not there's a natural prophylaxis and treatment for these various variations of avian flu.
And I cannot imagine telling somebody something more likely to result in mass numbers of people saying, hell no, I won't take it.
Well, that's what, in fact, any trained remote viewer, if they look at that topic, that biblical passage, they can do the same thing with a Nostradamus.
You're saying they'll get the same results?
They'll get the same results.